What is up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to episode 1 of the cheap Mustang build. In today's video, finally I'm going to get a chance to take the car out of the garage because what I just did, first things first, is I bought the car. I haven't done anything else to it. And it's been a couple days. I've left it inside the garage for a couple days because it's unregistered right now. I plan on registering it and getting it insured this weekend. So I just kind of left it in the garage for two reasons. One, because obviously I don't want to leave an unregistered car just in the driveway. And for two, I want to see if there was any leaks or anything like that. So I left it in the garage in one spot. It's been there for like 2 days now. So I want to see if there's any type of leaks, anything like that. And also I kind of want to like just look over everything. When I did test drive it and I bought it, I was mostly concerned with the mechanical stuff to make sure it drove right. It stopped, went, everything felt good mechanically. There's a lot of stuff I didn't really check as far as like the cosmetic stuff. I mean, obviously I got the car really cheap, so I wasn't really concerned with a lot of that type of stuff. So in this video, I kind of want to take the car out, really get a nice other look at it, and just kind of see what we're dealing with, kind of clean it up a bit, and then yeah, we're gonna go from there. But I'm really excited to actually get a chance to take the car out and just like look at it a little bit more. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this. Let's go. Alright guys, so without further ado, let me pull the car out of the garage and like take a look underneath it. But I will say, the interior is so clean. I forgot how deep down this car is. The nice 5-speed. The interior is still really good. Just looking at it once again, it's like definitely a pretty nice interior still. As far as like, there's no cracks in the dash or anything like that. I'm super excited about that. But let me get the car out of the garage. As I'm just in here, I'm just listening to the sounds that I'm hearing. I do hear there's some type of sound coming from, I think, behind the dashboard. I was looking on the forums and I did hear some people say that is a thing. Not fully sure. I'm going to inspect some of the hoses, but I can hear it. I'm just listening to the way the car sounds when it's just running. Once again though, the car actually drives like pretty straight and the car drives well. That was my main concern. I know it's going to be kind of rattly inside here, but granted though, for how cheap I got this car, I totally understood that. But doesn't mean it doesn't mean I don't want to fix the things. Oh, there's like a, wow, I didn't realize this guy, he left. Listen here, I'm definitely keeping this. So this is definitely mine for now. One thing I'll say is kind of weird about these new Edge Mustangs is with this weird like release lever. Let me put the car in gear and then, but I can do this one-handed. You have to like pull this forward and then grab the key like that. Kind of strange, but that's how it goes. Time to start really inspecting, but first thing first, I want to look at the garage floor and see if anything like leaked out. All right, just inspecting the garage floor. Okay, there's looks like, what is this? I see one speck of condensation right there. Something from the rear. That could just be when I just started up the car. This is the only spot I see that there's something fresh there, so that could be maybe rear diff fluid or something like that. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't know if you can, well, okay, that didn't help. Don't know if you can even tell. Looks like there's a little bit of condensation coming from the rear diff. I'm gonna try to get you guys a little closer. Right there. There's a little bit dripping from the rear diff. Alright guys, I had to do a little musical chairs with the cars because I had to kind of get my car out because I'm gonna clean out my car and the Mustang. It's kind of weird. But yeah, as you can see, my car's moved out here. I'm gonna push this car back out. And I'm pushing my fiance's car over there. So I'm gonna clean out the cars. I'm gonna clean out my daily my 2017 Dodge Challenger RT, because it's not like it's completely filthy in there, but I figured I'm going to clean it out. And this, I want to like really kind of do some more specting. But while I have it in the garage, I'm going to look underneath here real quick. Let's get some more lights in here. Look at that. And it works. Honestly, the way I feel is that I can keep the car for the fall. If I don't want it anymore, I can sell it. And honestly, I'll probably make money on the car itself. But that's not really what this is all about. This is really about kind of learning and doing the project myself. I'm not really sure which direction I want to go in. I personally kind of would love to take this into like a more of a dirt type of car. Like, I don't know, maybe do a little bit of a lift, maybe like an inch. If I can do like a spacer kit, which actually there is a company that does make a lift kit for these new edge Mustangs. That'd be kind of cool if I could do that. Either do like a 1-inch like spacer lift kit or something like that, or do an actual full suspension lift kit. Then do maybe a couple inches tire, couple inch bigger tire, and then make this into like a rally car. That would be kind of cool. Not really sure yet, but let's look inside the trunk. Ugh. Oh yeah, so the one thing the guy did say, he has the speaker set up. I have no idea. I definitely don't want this in here, so I'm gonna take all this out. Some speaker panels, some random stuff. I'm gonna honestly need a garbage can to go through this entire car. Yeah, but there's a speaker in here that's wired up. Honestly, I don't want this in here at all. That's all this is gonna come out. The major thing of why this car was so cheap is because of these quarter panels. This is all rusted out, as you can see. This is pretty bad. This is definitely the worst part of the car. My plan was to originally, if I can cut out, because underneath here, this is all underneath here is fine. This is like the upper portion of the quarter panel. Except for when you get down here, it's kind of, it's gotten into the underside of the quarter panel. But like all up here, it's only the top surface area that's like, or the top layer is rusted. The bottom layer isn't, like underneath it, as you can see. What I'm doing was cutting out all of the rust on the top section, seeing whatever was rusted on the bottom section, cutting all that out, and doing a like a fender flares. So basically cutting out all the rust, fixing it, like sanding it down, repainting it, and then doing fender flares over the back. And that was kind of my idea with doing a mudder or like a rally car style. That's what I kind of was thinking of, taking this car in that direction. Because if I'm doing the fender flares, like obviously this car is not like it's not a pretty looking car. It's not really, and I wouldn't waste the money to like make it into like a really pretty car. Which I thought about. I can actually get new quarter panels itself, but not necessarily something I want to really do. So that's my main thing. The main thing is these rear quarter panels are like rusted out. So if I can get these things, once I figure out what I'm gonna do with that, then I can figure out everything else with the car. But yeah, so that's one thing though I am thinking of doing. Good thing the car did come with these brand new tires on the car. He did say that, so it does. I think these wheels are plastic dipped. I can't quite tell, or are these just normally blacked wheels? They look like they don't know. But yeah, so that's that. Also, I will say it's kind of weird. These are, what size are these? It's gotta be like 205. Wow, these feel like they're so small. They feel like they're so small. I mean, honestly, you could definitely fit a bigger tire in here pretty easily. What size are these? Are 205s, 65, and in the front, these are the same. I mean, you have honestly a couple inches of lift. A couple inches of space. Honestly, the more and more I look at it, man, the stock suspension on these things, they're like really high already. I probably wouldn't even need to do a spacer kit or anything like that. I'm pretty sure this could probably just fit some like more aggressive wheels, and this bad boy would probably be fun on like a dirt road. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. And we have the good old-fashioned 3.8 liter V6. Nothing too spectacular underneath here. One thing my father-in-law did note that the reserve coolant seemed to be really low. I'm gonna check that. I didn't see any leaks from this. I don't see any leaks going down, so I'm assuming maybe we're just running low. I'm gonna check the oil. That's one thing I am gonna do. I can't really do this one-handed though. Looks like the brake master cylinder is leaking a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. It's just like a little bit is leaking. Could be because it's not fully tightened down. And then once again, hearing that sound, I can hear it coming from this section. Could be a vacuum hose of some sort, but it doesn't really sound like that. From looking online, I heard people saying that the heater core is underneath, the piping goes underneath the dash. So it's like right underneath here. So that could be what that sound is. But one thing I did check when I bought the car is make sure that none of this was like pinched, so you can't see. It doesn't look like it goes inside any type of front end accident or anything like that. So that's good. And the engine itself doesn't seem to be leaking oil. One thing I did note, these look like the heat shielding on some of these pipes. It's kind of melted off a little bit. I was saying, as you can see, the car is not perfect under any stretch of the imagination. Once again, I knew that. I kind of wanted to be a little bit of a project. Actually, the car itself is in much better shape than what I thought it was going to be when I bought it. My main thing, like I said, was to make sure it drove, it stopped, it was inspected already, and everything like that. And it does. And so I'm happy about that. I don't plan on taking this thing doing like crazy miles on it or anything like that. Still have my daily. This is what's meant to be a project car, something to kind of learn how to work on cars a little bit more. And because before I had this with my Jeep Wrangler, I did a lot of stuff to that. But when I got my Dodge Challenger, I didn't really feel comfortable doing much stuff to that because I just felt like the car was much nicer. Didn't really want to mess it up. But yeah, I don't know. I will say though, the car itself though, the Mustang, I mean, it looks kind of cool. Oh, the other thing I did notice, the exhaust. This is a true dual exhaust. I did notice that there is actually mid mufflers. They go all the way back. They go all the way up. I don't know if I can let you guys see or not. Well, I don't know if you can tell. There's two mid mufflers on both sides, and they go up to the headers. So I did think that's pretty cool. There's two. This is a true dual exhaust system. But yeah, so now that's kind of just the overview of the car. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more. I want to clean out the interior and just kind of just get a quick little refresh, and then I will check back in with you guys after I've done all of that. Because right now I just want to clean it out and just get it looking a little bit better. And clean out this trunk. I'm gonna need a garbage bag to get rid of whatever's in here. The interior itself, though, I'll show you. It's like I said, it's actually pretty good. Like the interior, I'm more impressed with how well the interior is. It has the aftermarket stereo on it. And you know, everything else in here is like pretty clean. But I'm just gonna give it a nice quick once quick clean out, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys after I get done with all of this. All right, guys. So I've been hard at work on the Mustang. Let me show you this speaker that I took out. It is this giant thing. No idea what this thing is. I don't know much about like speakers and like stuff like that. I know it's probably really bad, but whatever. Check this thing out. This is like really heavy, actually. That was going down the trunk. It is. I mean, it's still kind of, you know, POS, but it looks better. The Challenger, though, let me show you guys. God, I love this car so much. This car is so clean in here. I love it. Just wanted to just clean up in here. I spilled some iced tea in the back seat. I had it in like my back cup holder, and it fell when I took a turn because I had cups up here, and then yeah, long story short, spilled some iced tea, cleaned it up in the back. Now everything's looking clean, and yeah, it's looking so clean in here. I'm gonna just finish up cleaning up the Mustang inside.